Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy, and it is day 27 of the Energy Challenge. And all of these videos are designed to help you, your family, and friends increase your energy, get more focused, just get more out of life. And to be honest, it's about you being at your best, the best relationships, and whether you are working, you have your business or school, just to succeed. That is the whole mission of our office. And the theme for the month is energy. Tuesday, October 30th. You know that by now. 7 to 8 o'clock, we're having our energy class where I'm really prepping hard to make it a very powerful presentation. So what is today's concept? So I think all of us know that maybe there's an area where we can, so maybe it could be that, there's an issue with alcohol. So maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe there's an issue with smoking too much. Maybe there's an issue with eating the wrong foods consistently. Maybe there's an issue with sleeping. That can have a huge impact as well, where you're not getting enough sleep because you're just watching TV and you're on the internet and stuff like that. So what I challenge you to do is I call this the top 10 solution. Very creative name. Top 10 solution list. So what you want to do is say, okay, maybe you're listening to this and you have trouble with smoking. So what I want you to do is let's use our higher brains, our cerebral cortex, and say, okay, how do we come up with solutions? So what I want you to do is, if you're a smoker, you might say, okay, every time I smoke, I know when I leave the house, I check my jacket if the cigarettes are there. I notice that I smoke in the car. I notice that after lunch, I just need to smoke. I notice that if my certain friend is around me, I end up smoking. I notice that just before I go to bed and after dinner, I just need that smoke. Something like that. I'm giving an example of a smoker. So what you want to do is come up with your top 10 list and say, okay, the days where I left work and I forgot my smokes at home, it was too much hassle to buy it. It was too much hassle just to get it from someone else. I smoked less that day. So you want to observe that. You're like, you know what? I notice usually after lunch, I need a few cigarettes. So maybe what you're going to tell yourself is, okay, instead of having 3, 4, maybe I'll have 1 or 2. So you want to come up with an analysis of what's causing you to smoke in this example. What are the triggers, habits, behaviors? Just study it. I notice if I go for a walk in the morning, I don't need to smoke. I don't even crave it that much, I notice if I have really, really salty, oily food, junk food, I want to smoke more. So you want to just start looking at patterns. So here's the beautiful thing, guys. Our life feels very random. Things are happening for no reason. But if you can step away and look down at your life and just not looking down, like kind of observing a bird's eye view of your life and just say, where are the patterns? Why do I keep doing this stuff? And willpower is just like, oh, I'm just going to stop smoking. And some people can definitely do that, and I respect you. But for a lot of people, it's just willpower. Well, there's got to be more analysis than that. There's got to be more to it, right? So what are the triggers? Literally, maybe if I wear a certain jacket, someone is tempted to smoke, is it certain foods? I notice every time I get around this person, I end up smoking more. So maybe you see that person every day after work. So maybe next time when you leave work, you're just like, yeah, you still see them maybe twice a week, but don't make that ritual, Analyze your life and come up with 10 ways you can cut down smoking. Not just like, I'm going to do it. That's great. But just say, the foods I eat, the people I'm hanging out, the behaviors. I notice if I don't take the cigarettes in the morning, I don't smoke as much throughout the day. If I went for that walk, if I drink water first in the morning, I just don't want to smoke, Analyze it, look at it, and just keep analyzing and looking at it. And if you're very strong about this kind of stuff, maybe do it once a day, at the end of your day. If you're like, that's too much work, Dr. Sandy, at least once a week, just sit down and just say, hey, what are these patterns I'm seeing? I think I can beat this. I had a guy, you know what? That day I didn't even smoke. What was different about that day? I was so busy I didn't have time. So keep yourself busy, right? So I use smoking as an analogy. This applies to eating the bad foods, going to bed late, all those bad habits we have. Come up with a top 10 list. Avoid those things. And if you avoid those negative habits, it's going to crank up your energy. I'll tell you another thing that'll crank up your energy. When you beat that negative habit, it'll do wonders for your energy. So enjoy these. I always like those big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Comments, feedbacks are always appreciated. As we go into Tuesday, October 30th for that class, 7 to 8, We are already starting to prep for the next class because the response has been so strong. I know people are enjoying this. I've been getting some good feedback from patients. So you guys are the best. Awesome. Have a great day and stay strong.